It's no secret that Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. It's also no secret that I love video games. So, when you say Spider-Man and video game in the same sentence, my spider sense tingles and you have my attention. Dating way back to 1982, the web slinger has been in many different video games with many different developers in many different genres. While some of those games were great, others were no more than a cheap cash-in on the Spider-Man franchise. And now with the rumors of a new Spider-Man game possibly coming out soon, here are my top 5 Spider-Man video games. Number 5. SpiderManShattered Dimensions. Shattered Dimensions earns my number 5 spot because it's unique and fun. Coming out at around a time where most every Spider-Man game was open world, not well-known developer Beanox decided to make a more linear Spider-Man game, but with a twist. Instead of only playing as your classic red and blue, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, you also play as 3 other Spider-Men in 3 different universes. Spider-Man Noir, Ultimate Black-Suited Spider-Man, and Spider-Man in the year 2099. The concept of the game is complicated, yet simple at the same time. Classic Spider-Man villain Mysterio tries to steal the tablet of order and chaos, but as Spidey tries to stop him, he accidentally smashes the tablet and its pieces travel throughout the different universes. Now, all 4 Spider-Men must work together in their own respected universes to collect the pieces of the tablet to stop Mysterio from becoming even more powerful and ending Spider-Man's existence as we know it.
Okay, can somebody tell me what's going on here?
Each Spider-Man has its own different moveset, special moves, and playstyle, and overall it's a blast to play through. The voice acting for all 4 Spider-Men is also spot on, and you'll face many classic Spider-Man villains throughout the game, like Kraven the Hunter, Vulture, Green Goblin, and more. Each villain is also unique to the current Spider-Man's dimension as well. So if you're looking for a fun Spider-Man game to play through for a weekend, I highly recommend SpiderManShattered Dimensions. Fun fact, did you know that Spider-Man is an unlockable character in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2? Number 4. The Amazing Spiderman 2. After the surprisingly decent movie tie-in game The Amazing Spider-Man back in 2012, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 builds on that success and delivers an almost perfect Spider-Man video game. The web swinging is what makes this game shine, being the best web swinging experience that we've seen in a Spider-Man game in years. You feel like Spider-Man swinging through the streets of New York with your webs actually attaching to the buildings, unlike they did in the previous Amazing Spider-Man game. The combat, although not nearly as fluid as games like the Batman Arkham series, is still pretty decent for Spidey, as he does his acrobatic lucha libre style fighting. This game also has one of the best uses of a Stan Lee cameo ever. But what holds this game back from being the best Spider-Man game of all time is that it is a movie tie-in and the story suffers because of it. Not only taking plot points from an already crowded movie, but also adds a hunt for Uncle Ben's killer, Kraven the Hunter being Spider-Man's mentor, and a serial killer on the loose which, spoiler alert, turns out to be an unnecessary usage of classic Spider-Man villain Carnage. However, if you can get past the complicated story and lackluster boss fights, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is still one of the best Spider-Man games on the market. Number 3. Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. I'm combining these 2 games together because they only came out a year apart of each other and play exactly the same. But oh my god, do these games hold a special place in my heart. Especially the first one. You see, I didn't know about these games till around 2002. When I went to GameStop, which was known as EB Games or Electronic Boutique at the time, with my mom, she said she would buy me 1 video game because I got a good report card in school. And coming off the hype of the movie, I picked up Spider-Man, the movie game, on PC because it was cheaper than the PS2 version. Unfortunately, when I got home and tried to play it, my PC wouldn't run the game. So, feeling depressed, my mom took me back to GameStop, and the guy behind the counter was nice enough to let me exchange it for another game. And that is when I picked up SpiderMan 2000 for the PC. And fortunately, when I got home, it worked on my PC, and I loved the game. I went on to play it all summer long. Then, when I found out there was a sequel to this game, I nearly lost my mind. The web swinging may be generic, the combat may be limited, and you cannot go down on the city streets in the first one, but these games are classics. The story is fun and filled with classic superhero cameos like Daredevil and Captain America, and also has epic boss fights with classic villains, ranging from Rhino to Scorpion to Doc Ock and even Venom and Carnage. If you're a Spider-Man fan and haven't played these two classics, what are you waiting for?
Hey, Electro! Who's got the power now?
Fun fact, did you know that Spider-Man was featured in a deleted scene of X-Men Wolverine's Revenge?
Easy there, buddy.
You picked a bad day to come sneaking up on me, bub. I'd say you strayed off your home turf a bit.
Heard about the big bust out at the Void. So I rode out here in the chartered bus along with the other superheroes who can't fly or teleport.
Right, and my Aunt Tilly body doubled for Madonna.
Can you use a hand here? I hear you're ramping up for a showdown with Magneto.
Well, amongst other things. If you want to help, deal with this chaos till damage control gets here.
Yeah, sure.
I got me a date.
Number 2. Ultimate Spider-Man. This game is nearly everything I want in a Spider-Man game. Comic book style art, open world New York, great voice acting, and the ability to play as my favorite Spider-Man villain, the badass Venom. So, why is this game not number 1? Well, when this game came out back in 2005, it felt new and fresh. Playing it now, well, something feels off. The combat is a little clunky, and most of that is to blame on the camera. The story is a bit on the short side, and the side missions are not that fun. It really doesn't have that pull to keep you coming back for more. So, why is it so high on the list? Well, like I said, it's nearly everything that I want in a Spider-Man game. And the first time I played it, it blew my mind, and I would swear to you up and down that this was the future of Spider-Man games. And I really hope that the future Spider-Man games are similar to this, with the comic book art style, and even more massive open world New York with fun side missions alongside a longer story. Maybe even with the ability to play as Venom or other Spider-Man villains when necessary. Ultimate Spider-Man just needed a bit more of a boost in order to make it the definitive Spider-Man experience. Now before we get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Spider-Man games that are good, but just not good enough to crack top 5. And the number 1 Spider-Man video game of all time, Just Dance Spidey! Alright, I'm kidding. I know I got some of you though. I got some of you, but you know, I'm just kidding. Alright, let's do this for real. And now, number 1, Spider-Man 2. Was there ever any doubt that this game would be number 1? Not much more can be said about this game that hasn't already been said. Despite being over 12 years old, this game is still the complete package and is still the best Spider-Man game out there. Between its excellent web swinging in New York City, its diverse combat system, and its fun and endless side missions varying from stopping heists to saving a balloon for a little kid. Not to mention its voice acting from the cast of the extremely popular and blockbuster Spider-Man 2 movie. With Tobey Maguire reprising his role as Spidey, Alfred Molina returning as main villain Doc Ock, and Kristen Dunst also reprising her role as Spidey's love interest, Mary Jane Watson. This game is simply awesome. One of its very rare flaws is that it is a movie tie-in game, and although it's one of the best movie tie-in games ever, the story still suffers a bit because of it. As it's not much of an epic story as it is in the movie, the game still does a good job as a substitute to the movie. And it does it justice by also adding some cool new twists with Spider-Man villains like Black Cat, Shocker, and Mysterio. This game is the best Spider-Man experience out there, and if this game was to ever be remastered in HD on the new consoles and PC, gamers and Spider-Man fans around the world would rejoice. This game captures something special that no other Spider-Man game still has yet to do. And with the rumors of a new Spider-Man game on the horizon, possibly being developed by the creators of the Sly Cooper and infamous franchises Sucker Punch, Spider-Man fans and gamers wish to once again have a definitive Spider-Man game that they can go back to time and time again.